All right, so Goat Lake Trail, we got here at 5 a.m. and parking lot's pretty darn full. Figured there was a lot of people camping. Hopefully not, but there might be a lot of people camping from yesterday. And we'll try to find a campsite. If not, then it'll just be a heavy pack in, heavy pack out. Either way, it's a win-win. 5.2 miles to the lake from this trailhead. Looking forward to it. It's 5:28 in the morning. We're just starting the Goat Lake Trail. I currently have 39 pounds. Betta was running about 25, I think. Joseph and Evelyn, did you guys weigh your packs?
It was like 28.
28 for Joseph. What about you, Evelyn?
Yeah.
I think Evelyn's like at 20. But we're all carrying a tent each, except for Betta and I. I'm carrying both of ours. And then I got the pack raft. But my knees start acting up. I'll switch out loads with Joseph. He has no problem carrying the pack raft, being that both of us are going to use it to hopefully catch some of those rainbow trout and cutthroat trout that are up in this lake. And the good thing is the lake has limited bank fishing from all the trail reports we've seen. But with the pack raft, that's going to be a game changer. Hopefully we can get ourselves a big fat trout for dinner. Right, Joseph?
Yep.
Yeah. I got to beat the 2-pound trout that you caught, that Yellowstone cutthroat you caught last year. I've got to beat that. Do you think I can beat your record, Joseph?
Maybe.
Maybe? Yeah, right. You're probably like, nah, it's like Call of Duty, Dad. I'm going to whoop you. At 0.2 of a mile, we came to the junction, the Upper Elliott, Lower Elliott. And from the online reviews, Upper Elliott provides views of peaks. Lower Elliott gives you peekaboo views of the river to the right there. What do you guys want to do? You want to go up low or up high? Or down low or up high?
Let's go lower going up.
All right. You guys agreeance?
Yeah.
All right. We're going lower. So far, the lower trail has been spectacular. Beautiful ferns. Got the river right next to us on the right there. Old growth. It's just beautiful, and the trail has been well groomed. Obviously there's some blowdown. Hopefully there's none on the trail itself. I don't mind it above and to the sides. Yep, trail crews have been here. If you're watching this video, thank you for the hard work that you do. We've done a bit of it ourselves at a lake that I won't name because it's too dangerous to go to for an inexperienced hiker. But we did, one year we lugged in our chainsaws, whole bunch of gasoline and oil, the extra chain, and we spent an entire day clearing a massive blowdown. I often wonder how many people have enjoyed the fruits of that labor. And I understand the hardships it causes to clear those obstacles. So from one to another, thank you very much. And to our viewers, I hope you enjoy this video as much as we enjoy making it and coming out to these areas. Whew. All right. This is pretty. I can deal with these little peekaboos. What do you guys think? Can you deal with these little peekaboos? Yeah? What about you, Evelyn? All right. We'll keep going on the lower trail then. This is just a little sidebar. The trail itself is still over here, but it's always nice. We are 1.3 miles in, and the elevation is starting to slowly go up. Very gradual. It reminds me of Sauk Mountain if you've been there. And this is our fourth little bitty stream crossing. Excellent points for the dogs to drink. They've been sampling every water source they could find. We just pulled over to the side to let the dogs drink, and then we all sampled some of our own water sources. But being along the creek here is providing us with a lot of nice air conditioning. This trail is so far, it's been nothing but beautiful. At this point, I still highly recommend this trail. Maybe not for a first timer, but for somebody with a little bit of experience, or somebody traveling with somebody that has experience. This is a trail that could be very fun for you. Okay, at the 1.4 mile, there's a old growth below down here, and it looks like there's two ways. You can go up, you can go under. I wouldn't recommend going down and around. That's a little too steep, and that's a straight fall into that creek that's raging. I'm going to take the high ground. But in these situations, I would always look there to look for a lot of rod. If there's rod, I wouldn't recommend going under there, because you never know when that's going to drop. And gravity always wins. Okay, at 1.5 miles, it looks like we're hitting the blowdowns that we were warned about on WTA.org. So hopefully it's not too bad. We didn't bring our saw because we saw someone say there was a crew up here working. So hopefully this is it, and we don't regret not bringing our Silky Boy saw. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Yep, there was a sign warning us of cougar activity, and here is a nice paw print, if you can see it in the circle. Of course, my hound's triggering it, or going after it as well. That's a small cougar, I'd say, probably a yearling. And if you're confused on that, think of a spike buck. Young, moving around, dumb as a rock. I'm surprised we haven't seen one yet, but they definitely are here. This is not the first footprints we've seen. We saw a heavy game trail down to the water source where they're crossing. I'm actually hoping to see one. They should be in the trees now, but it'd be nice to see one and get some pictures and video. You don't see them that often. They're around. There's tons of them. They're just really elusive by nature. This hiking trail is pretty smooth. It reminds me of like somewhere that you see the mountain bikers and trail runners frequent. It's that smooth of a hike so far. It could all change. You never know. You go around one bend and then it becomes a hard hike. But so far, I mean, it is, outside of like scrambling through a few blowdowns, it has been a pleasurable hike. It's marked as hard / difficult. We've yet to encounter that. So, but we're also on the lower trail. We'll find out when we go back. We're going to use the upper trail on the return trip. Another obstacle. So we just came out of the lower. Here's the junction. This is at the 2.8 mile. So the sign's gone, but someone's been kind enough to carve in which way. So there's the upper trail and the lower trail, which we came on. We'll return on the upper trail to get the view of the peaks. But 2.8 miles, we're more than halfway to the lake here, and looking forward to it. A little over the 3 mile mark, and the trail has yet to disappoint in beauty. And I have yet to find anywhere that's difficult. My wife brought up an interesting point that maybe it was marked that way, moderate to difficult, because of the length of the hike, or potentially the upper path is difficult. We'll find out when we return via that path. But this has been one of the smoothest trails that we've ever hiked, as in terms of free of roots and rocks. I mean, look at this thing. It almost looks like a city park or a county park. Those multi-use trails where everybody does everything on them. So it's a little after 7:30 a.m. We're about 3.4 miles, I want to say, in now. I'll verify, I might be wrong, but we are now officially entering the Henry M. Jackson Wilderness Mount Baker Snoqualmie National Forest. So this is one of the spots that everyone films on their YouTube videos going to this lake. So I'm going to join the party. Right, guys? Yep. All right, at the 3.5 mile mark, there is this riverbed right here, or a creek bed, that looks like it could potentially be fun if there's water. Luckily there's not, but it's wide enough to tell me that it would be precarious when the snow's melting above it. I mean, it's wide. It's wider than I-5. All right, we're at the 4 mile mark. About 0.2 miles back, it started rising in elevation pretty quickly. We'll see how much more it goes, but we have 1.2 miles to the lake. If the last 1.2 are hard, so be it. We're ready for it. You guys ready? Yeah. All right. You ready, Bjorn? Yeah, Charlie? Yeah. Just came up a whoops, dropped my trekking pole, sorry about that. Steep grade there, and it looks like it hopefully levels off a little here. Oh no, I can see it going right back up. Now we're in the proper trails, roots and rocks. That's what I like. And a beautiful view. Every now and then catch a glimpse of the creek down there. You can really hear it, so I imagine there's a drop off somewhere. I don't know if it's a waterfall or a big boulder, but you can hear the intensity of the water right. Seems to be focused right down there. I can't see it, but boy, you can hear it. All right, so doing an update, just looked at my map. We're here in McIntosh Falls, which is somewhere over here. We can hear it, we just can't see it. But it's loud. It's loud enough that if someone's more than 20 feet behind you, they can't hear you. But we're starting to go up, and I could see an opening through the tree line on the other side of that little bit of the mountain. So I imagine the lake's right there. And according to my Onyx map, there's a bunch of switchbacks that are about to hit us, and that's probably going up and over. I can see the ridge line where the lake should be. We have, I think, 0.6 of a mile left to the lake, so we should be seeing it here shortly. The last leg had a few blowdowns to navigate, but nothing that was hard. Ran into a couple hikers coming out, and they vacated a camping spot, which is good. They said the rest were full. We figured as much when we saw the trailhead almost had no parking at 5 a.m. So it looks like a lot of people came out here Friday night. Yep. Still going up. I'll check back in at the lake. McIntosh Falls. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can get a little closer. That was fun. Woohoo! Yeah! Look at that, boy! That was bad. I stayed up there with the dogs. Woo! Yeah, I'm not walking here. It's slick. Look at that. There's a old logging cable right here. Now here's Goat Lake. Nice. What an amazing experience. I'm on a pack raft, Goat Lake, beautiful weather, fish are jumping. It just doesn't get much better than this, guys and gals. Just caught my ready.
Yep.
Caught my first Eastern Brook trout up here at Goat Lake. Look at the pretty colors on that. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna let him go. There you go, bud. Oh yeah, another brookie. Look at that, boy. Look at that. Look at that brookie. Eastern Brook trout, Goat Lake, Washington. Whoop. Okay. Joseph just caught his first Eastern Brook trout. There's literally so many bugs, it looks like it's raining. Joseph's jigging right now for some Eastern Brookies. Had a lot of little hits, but nothing major yet. But it's still fun to watch them work towards the fly. Do you have a hit? To Goat Lake. Just caught a brookie, Eastern brookie, on a dry. Whoop. Tell me, YouTube, does that count as a? Does that count or not? I mean, I had them in the air, but I didn't put my hands on them. Almost had an Eastern brookie. All right, Joseph just caught a trout. We'll see if it's a brown trout, rainbow, or Eastern Brook. Oh, what did you catch there, bud? Is it an Eastern Brook? It's got a lot of spots on it?
Yeah.
That's an Eastern Brook. Wow, that's a nice one too. Remember, they bite. There's Sheep Mountain right next to Goat Lake. But when we came up this way, it was fogged in, so we didn't have the views that we have now. But man, it is beautiful. And Ida Lake is somewhere halfway up that mountain. We were thinking we could get to it, but looking at the terrain, I don't think there's any way we could do it in one day. Okay, we left the trailhead exactly the trail lake campsite 2 miles ago. Catching my breath. So we're back at the junction, and we're gonna go up because we came through the down. But we're gonna go up there, and we were told there's some splendid mountain peak views, and we'll check back in. Just beautiful. I think there was a bit of a washout or landslide. Things don't quite look right. Well, thanks for joining us on our adventure to Goat Lake. On our way out, we took the lower Elliott Trail, which was 5.2 miles from the trailhead to the lake. On the return, we took the upper Elliott, and from the lake to here is exactly 5.6 miles. So it's a little bit more to obviously to get to the trailhead, which is not too far away from here. If you take the lower, that's the easier route. If you take the upper, it's the harder route. But if you reverse that, it's going to be the other way around. The lower did have a little bit more blowdown than the upper did, but that'll probably change enough people coming up here. Someone will bring a saw or an axe. Okay, the campground, don't expect any privacy there. There is very few areas to camp, and there's more people than there is areas. So a lot of people kind of camp right on top of each other. We saw a lot of that. We didn't have any issues with it. Everyone was real respectful, but don't expect to come up here and be the only people at the lake. This lake is very popular. Lots of day hikers, lots of people fishing, and lots of overnighters. We ran into people every time everywhere we went. We ran into people. There was no real level of privacy, so don't expect that. I know some of the YouTube videos that are out there kind of make it look like this is an extremely remote area. It is not. This is up there with Lake 22 and Heather Lake when it comes to the amount of popularity from what I'm seeing. But different caliber of hikers up here. They're all respectful. I didn't see anybody spray painting anything, walking around with loud boom boxes or Bluetooth speakers. Just a different class of hikers up here, and I respect that. Don't tell me you just watched this video without smashing that like and subscribe. If you want to see more content like that, hit it. You'll get it.